A heart-rending scream was heard in the courtyards. Meanwhile, I was working in the garage, enjoying the spring twilight with a bottle of beer, but I didn't have time. Something that has been terrorizing us for a long time has taken someone away again. And maybe I will become his victim too. But it's worth starting over. I live in an urban village, in a 2-story house on the 2nd floor. The 1-room apartment was inherited from my brother, who moved to the city. Boarding as a person who doesn't give a damn, it doesn't matter to me where and how to live. The most important thing is to have a roof under your head and everything you need nearby. Life would be peaceful if not for one. Something wandering through the courtyards of our village. You can ask a lot of questions, but the answer is one: no one cares. Don't worry about all these subtleties. Moreover, the village is close to the status of a ghost settlement. That's why I don't think anyone will help us. What is this something, you ask? If I could talk to the dead, then I would answer the question, but I'm not deprived of such a gift, so I cannot answer. Of course, there are those who have seen the monster, but the catch is that they all describe it differently. Either a 2-meter steel alien, or a mothman, or a chupacabra. The only thing that does not change in the description is the smell of fish. Lovecraft stories and their gruesome nautical aesthetics immediately come to mind. Only there is no sea near the village. There is only a seedy river. All the fish died there. When and how this monster appeared is unclear. Suddenly, people began to disappear, and suddenly and quickly, as if they had fallen through the ground. They thought that they had simply quietly moved out, but it was unknown where. A version about a cannibal maniac appeared, and again they made a mistake. They also searched in the river, and again nothing. Then the most attentive investigator, my old school friend, noticed that the water had dropped a little and became a little black. It was one evening he came to me to drink beer. After a few glasses, he told me a little near the river that day and wandered along the bank. I walked a little further where the water was too deep and no one was swimming. It seemed to him as if someone had emerged from under the water. He didn't have time to really see it, but he realized that there was something big in the water, and it obviously didn't seem to him. He didn't become a comrade to say anything. He told me first. After this evening, rumors began to spread about a monster in our village. It is not clear where these rumors came from, but it is always easier to come to terms with the fact that otherworldly forces are to blame. How else can we explain the disappearances without a trace in the smell of fish in the morning? There was simply no other explanation. Moreover, over time, screams began to be heard at night. It became clear to everyone that it was not a human being involved here, but a real extraterrestrial evil. It all sounds ridiculous and funny, but that's how it is. It was like being in a typical horror story. A total of 10 people were missing, 11 including tonight. Most likely I will be 12th. Clattering sounds were heard from the courtyards. Something was approaching the garage cooperative. I hid in the darkness of the garage, trying not to even breathe. The clicking sound was getting closer and closer. And so this monster appeared in front of me, a giant-sized crustacean creature without a head. The pointed legs clattered loudly on the ground, shaking everything around. The claws, real crushers with teeth, clattered, every now and then hitting something. From the hole where the head should have been, an orange light shone as if from the underworld. The pale flesh pulsated, small tentacles writhed, basking in the hellish light. Various body parts of the victims protruded from this flesh. Someone was still alive and calling for help, but because of the uterine growl, their pleas were not heard. I don't know what saved me then. The pungent smell of gasoline and diesel fuel or lady luck? The monster stood for a minute and moved on. I sat in the garage until the morning. As soon as the first rays of sun appeared, I returned to repairing my car with the goal of escaping from here. I'll move in with my brother and stay with him for a while until I find a place to live. Yes, that's how it will be. I'll sort out that apartment somehow. I'll come up with a reason for the move. But I don't intend to stay here anymore. It was enough for me that I saw someone who steals people at night.